Sechet Zevahim Daf Pedal Pedal starting from Perima Amud Bet, 19 lines from the bottom. First is Tanya. Rabbi Shimon Omer. Hazevach Kasher. Okay. Tanya Bret says Rabbi Shimon Omer. Allah Pasuk says Allah. Ma Allah Baba Begalat. Just like the Allah comes by itself. Av Kol Ben Gatman, so too all Korban that come by themselves remain in the Zbeach once they're there. Yeah, as soon as Sachim Bein Bechazevach, and that excludes libations which don't come up by themselves. Basically, Omer, Mitosh Ne'emar Kol HaNogah B'Mizbeach Kiddush. Since the Pasuk already says that whenever you touch the Mizbeach, it becomes Pasul. It becomes kadosh. Shemani ben ra'ui ben sharu. It sounds like even something that's not ra'ui. Tamil mark kivasim. That's why it mentions lambs. Mark kivasim, just like lambs are ra'ui for the mizbeach. Of course, everything else. The Bikiva Makita says ola ola ma ola ra'ui. Just like an ola is ra'ui. Of course, everything's ra'ui. The Gemara says now, what's the difference? They're both talking about korbanot as the sources. The Gemara says Amar Abada Bar Hava ola ta'of tisla ikvina. The difference is whether a pasul bird ola is the same halacha. My more matila me'ola. According to Rabbi Akiva, who says from ola, he says even a pasul bird ola. Or more matila kazim, but Rabbi Yosef really only learned it from a lamb. And therefore, if he mentions only lamb, you would think that would exclude the case of a bird ola, because only talking about real animals or animals. Uman da mati makasim, but according to Yosef who learns from lambs, haktiv ola, how does he explain ola? The Gemara says ikativ kvasim lo klizav. Only mention lambs, not ola. Avamina afilim b'chayim, even think pasul animals who are alive or become kadosh. Allah therefore mentions ola, which means goes up, meaning only after they're slaughtered. وما دام يتم Allah هكتيف كبسيم بكونش بكتيفا who learns from Allah what does it do with the word lambs يكتب الله بلك سمي بها سمي only mention Allah not lambs have من عارف منها even maybe you thought even a korban mincha كتب رحمة كبسيم therefore Hashem wrote lambs teach you only live creatures Maika ben Hani Tanai the Hani Tanaim but see what's the difference in this Tana of the Braita and the Tanaim of the Mishnah all teaching you the same halacha from different sources. The difference between would be the korban mincha that was kadosh in the vessel. That's from yesterday's opinion. Let's tonight down the Yadu. According to our Mishnah, they don't come down. But tonight, the Mataninu Yadu, according to the Raita, they would come down. Okay, because it's not live. Amar Shlikish Amar Shlikish. Minhaba Abafni Asma. Korban mincha that came out by itself and it became pasul and you brought it. The Divya Kulan, though everybody agrees you don't bring it down. The Divya Rabbi Akiva, according to them too, however, Tere do bring it down. Minha ba'al mezevach, a minha libation that came up with the Quran became pasul. The Divya Shua, though Tere, the Divya Akiva, and you Tere. Machoket. Nechasim ba'in b'fnei asman, the libations that come up by themselves, the Divya Kulan, the breaks tells you come down. The Divya Rabbi Shimon, the Divya Bakun, the Rabbi Shimon, you don't. So it says everybody means the other two opinions. Nesachina ba'in b'mezevach, libations that come with the korban that became pasul. The bread, the kulan, the other opinions hold. You don't come down. They don't come down. Why are we going through the same halachot which one before? We just basically spelled it all out. Gemara says, Minha haba b'fnei asma, it's we want to teach you the special hidush that regarding to a libation minha that came by itself, even that doesn't come out. The Rava says, a person can donate a plain minha by itself, even without a korban. Versus okay, so let it just say like Ravat did. Why it's mentioned this whole process down. The Gemara says, we also wanted to mention the case of libations with a korban. An owner can bring them the day after or any other day. Meaning you don't have to necessarily bring that korban at the same time as the main korban. You could even bring it at a different time. You would have thought you would have thought that since once the rabbi said the korban and the one at nighttime also the next day they're considered separate. They don't come down they say that since according to Rishimon, they are considered part of the korban. Even if you bring them separately, you still are not kadosh by themselves. You can, and therefore you would bring it down. No Mishnah. Elu im'alu le'yerdu. The following things that if you bring them up, you don't come down. Halan, something that was kept overnight, even though it's pasul. All things are pasul, but if you leave them up, if you bring them to the beach, you don't bring them down. Vayeteh, someone takes something out of the hatzer before shechita. Vayeteh, or someone became tameh. V'nishchat l'chutz l'zmano v'chutz l'kamo, if someone was slaughtered with the wrong intention of place or time. V'shekbu b'slun v'zarkut l'mo, if someone whose pasul received it through the blood. Rabbi says she didn't have that's something that's slaughtered at nighttime. Benishmachtam where the blood is spilled. B'yatzad hospital claim if the blood went out the wrong out of the curtains. Imatalo today all these things have gone out doesn't come down. Rabbi Shimon Amelo today. Rabbi Shimon says you don't bring it down. Rabbi Shimon Rabbi Shimon say kol pasul b'kodesh anything that's pasul in the heichal in the kodesh. HaKodesh become lo the kodesh accepts it. Kol pasul b'kodesh anything that's not become pasul in the kodesh. Ain't a kodesh kodesh not got that. Be'elu shloi ha-pasul b'kodesh found things do not become pasul in the kodesh. How do we have an animal that was sodomized or sodomized a person? Bamukseus and uses this for does a sacrifice designated by an was worshipped. By Islam or uses a payment for a zona. Mahir is used to buy something for a dog, to buy a dog. Um, these things that are used for anything that's used for an acquisition of a dog, you can't bring as a korban. It's not kavod. Bakalayim, a mixed breed animal. Batalefa or an animal with a fatal injury. Basadolphin or an animal born by a C-section. Balmumin or animal with a mum. Rabbi Akiva Makshiba Balmumin Rabbi Yishman says actually that mum animal is kasher. But Hinena said, Abba, my father used to turn away the mumin animals, the mum animals from the mizbeach. Kishaim, Kishem she'im alu, they do just like these animals, they go up, they don't bring them down. Kach im yerdu lo yalu. But also, if they do come down, you don't bring it back up. V'chulan shalu hayim lo mizbeach. Anything that comes to the top of the mizbeach while it's alive, you bring it down. Ola sha'ata hayal lo mizbeach, and the one that goes to the top of the mizbeach while alive, tera, you bring it down. Sha'ata lo mizbeach, if you slaughter on top, yafshit v'yan taham kama, you should skin it and take apart the body parts from on top and then burn it there on the spot. You don't bring it down to take care of business. Tanner says, the pasuk says three separate exclusionary terms. It says this, it, and the olah. Prat, it excludes. Then ishata, balala, animal slaughtered nighttime. Then shpach blood is spilled. Vishat damad chus claim, animal blood of curtains. Shematat today goes that you do bring it down. Rishon says Allah, when thinking Allah, and the Allah, Shem Kishan, I only know a korban, a kosher animal that you leave it up there. Minan about having to include even other pasul korbanot, shem tabelela, animals slaughtered at nighttime, and shatamal, the blood spilled, vishatam, the host of the blood on the curtains, balam, the meat that stay out overnight, or if the animal is the parts went outside the curtains, slaughtered the wrong intention in the time and place, or a disqualified person received it through the blood, and or it's blood that should have been done below the red line and the coin did on top, or vice versa. Or if the blood that's supposed to be outside but did inside, or vice versa. Or the Pesach that was slaughtered for the wrong sake. I mean, I don't know that even these cases, that once you put it in the back, you don't take it down. One person says, Torah ta'ala, riba Torah ahat v'chol this teaches you all halachot. If it goes up, if it goes up, you don't take it down. Maybe you might think I even include the following things that are also pasul. Sodomizing animals, designated korban, designated avodah zarah animal, a worship animal, there's not payment, muhair, a dog payment, mixed breed, which they found a animal, you also dog in the C-section animal, but some of our zot, therefore the pasuk mentions zot, which excludes these cases. So why would I use one? Who says that maybe the Torah is doing the opposite? Maybe it's including those cases and excluding the first cases. Why did I see to it that the first set of animals I included and the second set of animals I excluded? Once the Torah said that some things are included and some things are excluded, therefore I include these things that are because these things became pasul while they're already kodesh. Because for the second group of stuff became pasul for reasons that don't have anything to do with the kodesh, the sodomizing, the muktzeh, etc. Okay, that's different proof. Why did the Torah? What reason did they say lam bedam kasher that if blood is kept past the nighttime in the zbeach, you can still put it. It's still fit to remain on the zbeach. Shared lam bekasher because the same halacha applies to sacrificial parts left there overnight. Lam kasher, lam kasher basar, and the reason that's kasher is because the meat or shlim that's kept overnight is kasher. Yotzeh, and if it goes out, Yotzeh kasher the how do you know that if a go out animal is burned up there by mistake? Is because we see that this part can also be brought out by a bama, personal korbanot that they used to have. Mizbeachs. Tameh, I don't know, tameh parts fit to remain on. Ho'il v'hu talav tzibur, because I know that a tameh animal can be brought for the tzibur, for the community, if necessary. Chutz mino, how do I know that if it's done for the wrong time, ho'il is also fit to remain on? Chutz mino because it's also mutar by pigul. holds the wrong place, or else keeps the house wrong because compared to the wrong time. Sheikh Abdul Muslim a Quran that was received or thrown by a wrong person. Because these people again will be used if let's say a Tameh Kohen would be able to be used if most people are Tameh. How can we learn davar shalom something is done wrong, mi davar sheshra something done right? How can you say all these cases? Oh, I learned kasher things to teach you the bad things are kasher also. Does that make sense? The Gemara says, "Tanya azot olav olav ibas mechlei." Says the pasuk is the main source of this, and these are all just hints and nice ways of remembering it. Amen.